Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show. This is Cindy Cochran, along with my sidekick, Richard Schishler, and he happens to own the radio station, and so everybody has to be nice to him. But how are you doing, Richard?
That's what I demand of people.
He is. He's so demanding. But he's the only one that knows the phone number of our sponsor. I'm going to get that one day. I don't know why my brain just says, don't remember this. You won't call them. You won't go by for the meetings, and you won't go, So I just can't remember the number. Chris Wootton and
all
the
this
Wootton
information
Financial
is in the
Group.
description, or visit the website irlonestar.com/TCCS.
Okay, but
That's why I do that, so you don't have to say the phone number if you forget it. Like if you're looking for the phone number, it's below.
Well,
But it's 936-449-5952.
5952.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
anyway,
go. Hey, well, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I had a great Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
It was
Did you
so
get
much
scammed?
Fun. Oh, wait a minute.
Did you really?
Oh, no, you did. Why didn't you ask me that?
Well, because I was thinking, I was like, on average, every 3 weeks she gets, scammed. So I'm like, what's Thanksgiving and Christmas are here, so it's gonna be doubled down. There's gonna be so many scammers out there today.
If you get a text and they say,
No, you don't answer it.
well, wait,
That's what you do.
wait, it says,
It's Mike Pompeo.
we need to know, no, we need to know if you approve, or it's just you that ordered $1,499
and you clicked it.
iPad. And so if no, it's not you, then push this number. If it's you, push this number. And I don't know how they've got the exact number of the amount that I spent at Best Buy months ago for Cindy for an iPad. And I got that. And they keep sending me this amount saying, did you authorize this amount of money? Is that a scam?
I wouldn't click it.
Okay.
Because I always feel if you're worried about information coming through your phone or email, the best thing to do is find, if you either don't click on anything, and if someone calls you, you can answer it. Because eventually they'll get in contact with you anyway, which way. But like they're going to do it if it's like really important.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a scam, usually it's a text. Most texts are scams.
Now that's okay. That's great.
And same thing with emails.
Yeah, and
Because the first thing
I
to
never read
do,
the email.
first thing to do with emails, and I taught my mom this, is you look at the first thing is you look at who it's from, because they usually have like from bestbuy.government.com, and you're like, what is bestbuy.government.com? Like that didn't sound like Best Buy.
No.
So they do that all the time, but you have to look who it's from, because most of the time in your web browser or wherever your mail program, it doesn't show you like the full address, who it's from, the full email address. So
Okay.
you always look at the full email address just to make sure. That's the first indicator.
Well, they gave me a number to call. Is that
No, I wouldn't worry about it.
don't call it or just
Because usually if a bank, I know like with me, I'll get a message from my bank and it says, do not reply to this. It just says like, hey, we saw a discrepancy, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Do not reply to this text. Like, just letting me know.
okay.
And it's kind of up to me to go, and it will say, go through your app or something.
Well, it's not fair. I hate this stuff because when they say
What
that,
I tell you, though, your new rule in life is anyone contacts you don't know, you write it down, and then you let me or somebody to look at it.
okay.
Even if it's your postman coming to your door in his full U.S. postal outfit, and he's trying to give you something, like, I need to talk to
Pat
Dick.
him down.
I need to talk to Dick first.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. Great.
Well, I mean, it's scam city out there. I'm still getting texts for the election stuff. I don't even know how they got my number. I'm getting from both sides.
You're still getting.
Oh yeah, I'm getting like weird ones too, because it's like I made that joke about Mike Pompeo. I got something about Mike Pompeo. I don't know why.
That is strange.
Yeah.
Did Kamala ask for money?
No,
Okay.
the one I got for her from them was like Planned Parenthood is under attack or something. We need your help. And I was like, man, all that money I gave him, it's not killing more babies.
Richard. He's kidding. He's so
No,
kidding.
I don't. I'm not kidding at all. I don't think.
No.
Oh, it's funny. I had a interview this morning, and
You had an interview?
Yeah, I interviewed. We recorded it because I'm recording my morning show stuff so I can properly promote it. And she was on she's on the Conroe ISD board.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've been reading the local news about that stuff, but it's all about book banning and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh, finally, I get to talk to somebody about this. Because I still don't understand what's going on. And it was a great conversation. And I made so many jokes. And then I realized, oh, someone's going to listen to this. Because when you have like a target on your back like that, everyone's going to listen to everything that you're involved in.
Right.
So after we talked for an hour.
Oh,
and so,
wow.
Because I was having a great conversation about it. And I was like, oh, you could pull so many clips from there about kidnapping children.
Richard,
Yeah.
you now, how old is this person?
I don't know. She's older than me. Or
She's-
my age. I don't know.
she's your age?
You think I'm going to really guess a woman's age like that?
Yeah, because you always guess mine. You always
Well, yeah,
say,
you're old.
You're old.
You need to be reminded of that sometimes because,
Why? Why? It is your spirit that is.
yeah, but like, so there's a reality in your spirit and your capabilities in your spirit. So it's like, at one point, you got to be like, I can't drive anymore.
No.
I'm not saying now.
Oh,
I mean, you
okay.
only gotten one wreck. So,
Yeah. And that wasn't. I mean, I just didn't stop in time.
well, yeah, because technically you weren't even driving. You were just looking down at the ground going, da, 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 da.
No, I was. I did look away for a moment. I didn't know she had stopped, but I found out, and it.
All right, you can justify it any way you want.
I know.
You're at fault.
But and then I fell in the shower. That's all that's happened.
Yeah.
Like that happens
Well,
to
my
everybody.
favorite thing. Remember that story I told you? I think it was a couple of weeks ago, where I'm gonna go visit my grandmother, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know who set any of this up. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, we need to write this down. Da 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 da. Well, I got a phone call today from my dad asking me for the information that I asked him for,
Oh.
and I go, Dad, take a breather real quick. Can you count to 10? We got to do a cognitive test here, because I literally asked you these same questions when I was trying to help your mom. And why do you think I know the answer? Because I was asking you for the answer. Because I only visit her maybe 5-10 times a year, so it's not like I don't set up her internet. I don't know passwords. And,
Yeah.
And luckily, my brother Ben went over there. I was like, because I don't know who set this up. I didn't move her in.
I'm telling you, there's a reel that you would just
No,
would
so that's
die.
one thing I really respected about my grandfather. Her husband he was very manual driven. when it came to anything he didn't understand. Like he would keep manuals and binders and like pristine. And if like whenever, for example, when we're working on like a mower and he used the manual, he would put a sticky note on that page to indicate that he's been there. And so if he needs to reference it again. And it's like he was the most capable person because he's like, I don't need anyone but me. And like when I set up his sound system, he bought this really sweet sound system, but I did zones for him. So like if he just wanted to listen to the record in his office, he had to go to the little thing and push, zone 5. And if he wanted to listen to it throughout the whole house, you push zone 4. And then, all this kind of stuff. And I basically had to write it out step by step how to turn it on. Like I took pictures, and then he never asked again.
Oh,
As long as he had his manual and he was good to go.
yeah, that's great.
So,
I mean, that.
So
that
you need to start accepting who you are, Cindy. And
look, I totally
No, I get
accept
you.
my age. I totally do, but my spirit is just
it has
not
nothing to do with
that
spirit,
old.
Cindy.
It is.
It doesn't.
It
doesn't.
does.
If anything, you're clashing with today's reality, and you can get scammed. I think that was my favorite when my ex-mother-in-law called and basically gave a guy $500 because they lied about her computer and they got her through that, like IT stuff.
Oh,
Because she and she didn't even know she got scammed. Because she's like, hey, when you come visit, can you fix my computer? I paid someone like $500 to fix it, but they never fixed it. And so I was like, what? So when I get over there, it's like, wait a second. I don't think they were trying to fix anything. I think
Yeah.
they scammed you over the phone. What?
oh, poor thing. That's terrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I still love how I got that $50 for those shoes from the FTC or whatever. I told you about that.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Somehow that company
Yeah.
screwed up like a year ago, and I ordered shoes from them. And so it's like, hey, you're eligible for $55. I'm like, okay, but I was like, how do I set this up to where I protect my bank account? So, it probably took me all of 30, 40 minutes, but it was the best $55 I've ever gotten.
Well, we just sold a house, and I signed on the house.
Yeah.
And went and sit there for how long? Sit there to do your initials and then sign your name.
Oh, yeah.
And it just goes on and on and on. And
Did you even read any of it?
no.
Yeah.
And this girl goes, we use this girl for the new house, but she's real sweet. They're real, they're very professional and all that stuff. And so the deal is that I made nothing on that house. I made nothing on that house. That house.
Well, if anything, that's
just-
awesome because you have no more problems with the house.
No.
So
because
you
I've
should
already-
take it as a blessing. Like you,
Yes,
kind of like my divorce. I was like, I didn't lose anything. We're good to go.
that's right.
Like that's the bright side.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can go wherever you want to after work. You go wherever you want
Yeah,
to.
might as well be a burial plot that I know I'll never visit again. It's 6 feet under. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
It's done. That's great.
Oh, that's funny. But no, I think that's a good thing for you because I knew that was weighing on you, and I'm glad.
Yeah, that it's over. But I thought, well, I mean, of course, I went into it. We're gonna sell it for this much, and then the bottom dropped out of real estate.
Well, it's also you're the one that sold it. You could have just held on to it.
No.
Yeah, you could have.
I-
You don't have to do the personal stuff that I know or the reason why
Why?
because of the dead bodies, but the the Indian burial ground it's on. No one knows about that. So.
I feel so sorry.
But I mean,
for
that's what
we have
what
to
it is.
introduce the guy that one, the family that bought it. We have to talk to him about my mom's car is still in the forest. Sam put it back in the forest so it couldn't be seen.
It's like a Harry
from
Potter
our
book.
from our back porch. And I said, I want to look at the car. That's
Yeah, we
my
talked
mom's
about
car.
that. Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about
and
that.
so he pushed it back there, and now we have to go.
I wonder why
take
this
him
house
back there.
didn't make any money. There's a 70-year-old car that's in the backyard. Look,
It's not. It's way.
I know it's still.
It's in the forest, and so
Plus, a house is. What's so funny to me about houses is, at one point, it's just gonna be a tear down.
Oh yeah.
And like, no matter what house it is, it could be the White House. Eventually, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we need a new house."
Well, and there's 5.5 acres that they can do what they want to. It may not be positioned the way they want it or whatever. They can do that. But it's funny because the people next door were working on cars and he did the trash out things, and he had we used him like 5 of them to fill up dumpsters and stuff. And so, but they were like, he was fixing up cars, and he used older cars to cannibalize and fix them up.
Junkers.
So
I get you.
That's what was next door, and that kept other people from not wanting to buy our house. And so this person said, "That's no problem at all, because we're going to build a fence all the way around it, because I'm going to get a horse and because my daughter."
Well, it's not going to be a problem for him because he paid so little money for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I know it.
It is what it is, though, Cindy.
And then
I'm glad it's over. You don't have to worry about it. This is the last time I'm ever going to hear about it. And
probably not. I don't think this is the last time I hear about your divorce. So let's.
That's the best. Those are good jokes, though. Your house isn't a joke.
Well, no, it's not.
So I got good jokes about like my sadness.
Yeah, but it's still sad. I mean, it's very much sadness.
Yeah, I know.
About something.
I'll never forget
21 years.
When they sold my grandparents' house they've had in Houston. I think they had it for like 40 plus years. And
wow.
And it happened to be one of those neighborhoods that became a really big neighborhood. It became like, the pristine neighborhood.
So they made a lot of money on it.
Well, yeah, they did. But the first thing they were saying, like, oh, they're just going to tear it down. And I'm like, you're going to tear down my grandparents' house?
Oh, yeah. You watch those shows, and they go through all this, and it's the huge houses, and they're so beautiful and all.
It's like, we're going to
and
tear
the
it
guy
down.
comes in and said, we're tearing it all down. Because the land is much more valuable than this is. This is taking away from the land. And so, and I quit watching HGTV, and I quit watching Fox as much now.
Great.
Because there's nothing to watch now. I mean,
Why? Because Trump's taking all the people to be in this cabinet?
Yeah. He has no legislators.
He just wants TV. He just wants TV. He wants Ty from, whatever that HGTV show is. We're going to clean it up here.
But see, so it's now I got to find something else to do. And I've got to be here 3 days a week with a guest.
Yeah.
So that.
Well, I mean, there's always the streaming platforms that you can get lost in.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like my mom discovered BritBox.
Yeah.
Which is like the British television shows, like not just the BBC, but like other ones they produce, and she's like obsessed with.
Oh, she
and
is?
It's the most wild shows. I was like, what show is this? Oh, this is this period piece from like the early 90s. And I'm like, how do you find this? It's a British show. Like this is what they watched in the 90s, not us.
Not us.
So
well,
she's in it.
Now I try to do that. I just don't have the attention span to go through.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, I do know that. But it's but I have to go to sleep with Fox News on.
Because it's boring.
And so I hear those shows over and over again, but it just puts me to sleep. I tried the brown noise, I tried the green noise. And you know what? When you try those noises, you have to be careful because you have to make sure they don't have commercials in them. Because you've gone falling asleep and it's like 2 a.m. and you're sleeping so sound, and then it goes, hey, if you were 40 guys, look at the mirror, this is what they see.
Mixed drink, yeah. Blue Chew.
What is that?
That's an ED, erectile dysfunction thing.
That's what that is?
Yeah.
What a name.
Yeah. Let me look it up real quick.
Dear. Okay, it's okay. That reminds me. You know who Chris Hansen is, right?
I think so. Yeah,
the
catch a pedophile, catch a predator.
Right. And now, you know what he advertises now?
Blue Chew.
No, Viagra. He
Yeah, same thing.
Well, I mean, he advertises it. He's talking about if you really want to get the. Isn't that a conflict of interest in some way? That
What are you? This isn't turning into an animal.
Well, one on, but he's
What are you
there
thinking?
because he's trying to catch these predators, and then then he's doing this kind of commercial that's probably encouraging the predator. So I think that's wrong.
that's really dark. I like where you're going with it, but I don't think there's a conflict of interest at all, Cindy.
It is. I thought if he's doing something to entice,
that's not
the
enticing
predator,
anybody.
What? Well, they're talking about. He's trying to talk about.
Don't
Go after these fake Viagra's. Go after the real thing, and then that's what he's trying to sell them.
So that they had
It's
a
commercial.
gimmick. They had a gimmick of it. Yeah,
Well,
I mean
it's
that
a commercial,
dude.
and they're using his face, his name, but that's associated with him, catching these predators of young girls and stuff. And it used to be a really interesting series to watch, and he's back now again.
I thought he got in trouble for something. That's why he disappeared. I thought like he did. I don't think it was the show itself. I think he personally did something like he didn't. He got caught doing something, but not in that world.
Was it appropriate or not appropriate?
I think he like hit somebody.
Oh, because that I just thought was so strange. That's what he was pushing, and I didn't think that was right. But it was a good show, and I loved when they got caught. When he'd walk in there in the kitchen while they were waiting for the girl to come out, and
He got charged with larceny after a check bounced.
Okay, well that's not Well, that's not bad. But it's just strange he chose to do that to me. Maybe it's not to you, but it is to me. And I am so happy that President Biden pardoned his son. Aren't you?
Yeah, I would.
You would pardon your son?
Well, I mean, what's really interesting to me about that situation is you're not running for president anymore.
Right.
You're done.
Yeah.
You can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I was being very facetious.
I'm like, what I love is, the whole time he's there, that whole White House is like, he's not going to do this. Like, just to let you know, like, whatever it is. And then he did it. So it's just kind of like.
That's what everybody's mad about. It's like, why'd you do that?
It is what it is. But again, if I was Joe Biden right now, I'd be doing all sorts of wild stuff.
Yeah, but there's got to be a reason for him to have gone all that time saying he's not going to do it. But he was in a campaign.
Well, because it's a campaign thing. It's an optics thing.
But
so he's just like, I'm not running anymore. I don't care. Like, no one likes Kamala. So it's like, here we go.
But I think that there's also the conspiracy side of it is that if he didn't pardon him for that length of time, like 10 years.
Oh, it's true.
Is who he was involved with stuff in that time, and they're
well. That's what the ironic part of it is, Cindy. Is for several years they're like, that's not his laptop. That's not his laptop.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, we're going to pardon him for the stuff during this laptop stuff.
Right. Exactly.
And I kind of laughed. I was like, man, I wish I was in that position of power where I could like make decisions and just. Like that, like just crucial things, and there's always the background of like, what's the real? I want to know the real story behind everything, because I think this is the first time someone ever got pardoned as a blanket pardon.
Yeah, for 10 years.
For 10 years,
right?
So I want to say it's the first time, and I always like that idea because when you say it like that, you go, I wonder what else he did. It's like,
well, you look at the timeline, and the timeline fits that he was involved in saying he never talked to his son about his business. He didn't know anything about his business. Had no idea.
Again, it's just kind of it's sad because it validates all the crazy conspiracy claims.
Yeah,
it kind of gives validation to it. It's like, oh no, he really did, take money from Ukraine and give it to his dad, or there's some weird stuff going on there.
Well,
but you don't know.
He was on the board of
that's what I'm
Barista.
saying. Like there's a lot of accusations. Then when you pardon somebody, it's kind of like, oh, everyone thinks you're guilty now. Like it's not saying you're guilty. It's just kind of.
But I'm telling you,
It's like taking a plea deal.
they can't. It is. But let me tell you, when he went to Ukraine and said, if you don't fire this guy, you're not going to get the money from the
Well, I
United
get it.
States.
That's how I would operate if I had that much power.
And no one knew at that time that his son was on the board,
Yeah.
and they were getting ready to investigate that,
Yeah.
and he could get uncovered. So anyway, and then he's joking about it. He says, and guess what? In about 4 hours, they came back and said he's fired, he's gone, he's nowhere, and I gave him the money, and and that blew up a bunch of dust
Yeah.
about. Wait a minute, that was like quid pro quo. Is it quid
pro
quo?
quo.
Say it slow.
Quid pro quo.
Quid pro
Which,
quo.
again, I think I love how that's... You know what that tells me? There's still gangsters in the government. And I think that's gangster. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the head of the FBI.
Well, think about what Trump said the other day. It's like, hey, if you don't release these hostages he like gave a date. What was it, like February 19th?
Before I take
January
office.
19th. Yeah, like January 19th. If you don't do it, there'll be hell to pay. And I'm like,
Yeah.
imagine the other guy on the receiving end of that, but like, ooh, what does that mean?
What's it? Exactly. Have I got to call Wootton again? Oh,
I like it. I love it all. It's the greatest thing ever. It's
I just-
wild.
it is so crazy. There's so many crazy things going on.
Well, think about his mental condition, Joe Biden's mental condition, like what it really is. And in my opinion, I think it's day to day, right? So you have your family, and it's like, hey, dad could take care of this, and like he might be mad about it one day, but the next day you might not even know he did it.
You forgot about it. Yeah.
So it's like we should probably try to convince him of doing this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's why I like it, because they're like, this is going to look really bad. Well, I don't think it could look any worse. I mean, that tells you the level of expectation they have of their dad or Joe Biden. It's like, it's already bad.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, we're already the deep end, guys.
It was so pitiful though, because you think about how they'd come out and go like, Joe is just amazing. He can run around everybody, all the staff
like it.
members and all
I
that
say that
stuff.
about you all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's true with
Oh,
me.
yeah.
But to him, when they ran him out on that stage, I felt so bad for him with that debate that killed him. And
Well, I mean,
he went out there
it's
and
one of
just-
those sad things where people don't accept the reality, and it's just like you can only be told so many times until something really bad happens.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that was my favorite things about all these presidential elections. I always wish they could do some like documentary style with one of the staffers that has to be. He's like the minion, or she's like the minion, and she's 24/7 available for like the 8 months they're running or whatever it is, wherever
Yeah.
the campaign trail thing starts. And it's just her with a camera and just following and just looking at the ridiculousness of
and
it.
she write a book.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, think about being Trump's follower.
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious. It'd be chaos. Think
Well-
about being Joe Biden's. It's like, where's he going? Oh, he's taking another nap. And you're like, well, okay, I'll just sit right here. When's he going to get up? He might be tomorrow. Oh, okay. But
That would have been a very boring job. But after he got ousted and he picked Kamala and said, I'll show you,
Yeah.
and then he picked her. At that point, it was just like running downhill, and he could not, and he'd ask Obama, what about, I think we still have time, we can do a primary, and let her run in a primary. And Obama told him, no, it's too late with that. We've got a runner.
well, that's because Obama secretly wanted Trump to win.
I think so.
I think the deep state is Donald Trump, and they're using him as the patsy. That's when the dictatorship's going to kick in.
Yeah. And then, so we can have him for 8 years. That would be great.
No, it's going to be forever. He's the Antichrist.
No,
The rapture is coming now.
They talk about there are more people that are searching the book of Revelation, and they're searching.
See, my favorite thing about that is the only thing I wish if the rapture ever happens, I want to be that guy that missed it.
That missed it.
If they had no idea it happened in the world, and then it's
Yeah.
like a couple years later, you're kind of like going around like, what happened a couple years ago? It's like the rapture, dude. It's like, wild. And then just kind of kept moving on with my day. That's who I want to be.
That's who you want to be. You don't want to go through the death process.
No, I like it here.
You would stay here instead of go to paradise?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because that sounds like eternity, and I'm like, hey, I'm not done yet.
It is eternity.
I know, but I'm not done yet.
I know, but to God, a day is 1,000 years. I don't think we're going to have any kind of sense of time.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this right now.
Yeah.
So why? Because you're basically telling me it's a one-way ticket. So I got to get all my fill in now, because I can't come back. So why would I want to leave today?
Well, you might join.
Because that would be me if I got raptured. I'm like up there, I'm like, yo, I want to go back. Like I like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, the word rapture doesn't appear in the Bible.
I don't doubt it. There's a lot of words that don't appear.
You know, I mean, people start using that as, he's going to come back.
It sounds good.
Yeah, and it's like scaring people. But there's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, you shouldn't be afraid of anything.
I think everyone should be afraid of everything every day.
Of everything?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's some
because people like you are on the road driving.
There's some preacher that's talking about the rapture and saying, you've got to be ready when this happens.
Oh, yeah.
And then Christ will come back to the earth for 1,000 years, and then then whoever's
That's a one-way
left.
ticket, though. I don't want to do that. That's not fair.
Because you have no choice at that point?
Yeah, I like choice.
You like choices?
Yeah.
Well, you can be bad and stay here.
No, I don't. I don't have to choose to be bad. Why can't I just say, like, can I stay here just
You
a little
can kind
bit?
of join the Satan group, the Satanists.
Wasn't that the whole paradigm of the rapture? Was like if you get left behind, you still have chance to get ascended back? Like you still live on Earth. It's not like I know there's going to be, what was it, like 700 years of hell on Earth. But it doesn't mean they're bad people living on Earth still.
What if the core of the Earth, which is heated, and has to let off steam and creates more land and that kind of thing? That's so interesting to me because, like, what if it's not going to, fire bombs are not going to come from the sky, but they'll come from within.
No one really knows. No one really knows.
No,
but Donald Trump definitely is the Antichrist.
He'll still be president.
We know that.
No, it's gonna be fun, and so many people are doing the Trump dance. It's hilarious how that caught on.
I guess.
And it's really cute, especially all the NFL players.
I wouldn't do anything until he's in office.
Well, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't
like
celebrate it. Yeah, I'd be like, this isn't. You don't want to associate with him until you can actually work with them.
Well,
because that's one thing I'm enjoying about this social media right now is he's not even in office yet, but every day, it's like he's already president.
Oh yeah,
and it's really weird to me. And I'm like, what?
He was invited to go to the cathedral in
maybe that's why.
in France.
Maybe that's why Joe Biden pardoned his son. Because he got tired of not being in the news anymore. And he's like, I'm still president.
Yeah.
I'm still president.
Yeah.
How can I get their attention?
True. Well, unless he pardons Trump from all his, all the things they're going to say as soon as he gets out of office.
What would be great is he pardons them, but it's like a 30-minute window of like an odd date. And everyone's like, why is he doing it? Why that? And it's like no one really knows. It's a nothing. Like, because you can pardon people clearly just by picking a time zone, or time and date, not about particular crimes. Because from what I thought was if you're federally convicted of a crime federally, that's what a pardon is. So it's like you did X, Y, Z, you're in jail, or you're getting this. You've already been sentenced.
Yeah,
that's pardoned.
Right.
Because you can't get pardoned for state stuff if I did something in the state. So like if I got caught with marijuana. And I got charged by the state, but not federally. Maybe marijuana is not a good example, but like by the state, he can't pardon me. Like the president has no authority over that.
Like so, how long can they when Trump takes over? He can't pardon anymore, right? His pardons are finished.
Yeah, I think so.
He still can pardon. Well, good grief!
No, you can't. You're talking about Joe Biden can't.
Biden can't pardon.
Yeah,
because they're talking about he needs to be pardoning his brother and his wife and all those everybody that's have been accepting
Well, yeah,
money.
that's why I like the blanket things, because it's kind of it asks so many more questions than what it really should be. Because
Yeah.
when it's specific, you can be like, oh, I get it. He was convicted of this. No longer. But that's the thing I like about it. Like, I would just mess with people. I would just be like, oh, Justin Timberlake, I'm partying him. Well, why? Like, oh, only on this day though. On this Easter weekend, he did something. Whatever it was, we pardoned him for it. And I'd be like, what did he do on Easter weekend? I don't know.
Just imagine how many people are calling it. And see, and that's what's made a lot of people mad, is that the way he did this, and for him to give him like 10 years of pardon.
Well, I know that's what I like about it.
That
to
like
me is really funny. It's like,
a lot of
man,
people who have relatives
what
in
did he
prison
do?
go, wait a minute, you could be pardoning my cousin or my, that's what he did. He did the same thing.
I like it.
Well, I'm so glad you've been entertained by what's happened. No, but it is exciting because in that sense, it's certainly different things going on, and how much influence he has over so many people. He's talking to all the, the leaders of all different countries and stuff, and nobody said anything to him like, hey, Don, wait till you come in, then you call the guys, because that's Joe Biden.
That's social media. They're on Twitter, tweeting each other.
Yeah, but he's been invited to France to.
See, that's the life I want to have.
Will you let me finish
No.
one?
See, that's the life I want, Cindy,
What?
is where I don't have a telephone or communication device. People communicate to me. So if you try to contact me, like say you want to text me,
Yeah.
somebody in my vicinity just goes, hey, Cindy's trying to text you here. I go, just read it to me. read me the text. Or this person.
Well, it's funny on Siri. And when I say, okay, Siri, text Richard Schischler. What would you like to say? Say, are you hungry? You want food?
Yeah.
And then put a question mark there. Okay. Do you want me to send that? Let me read it back. He reads it back. I said, yeah, send that. Okay. And then it didn't come up like what you answered. It didn't come up on the screen.
I might not have answered.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I was doing stuff all day today. So.
But you didn't get to eat.
No.
Oh, you should have said.
I said, don't worry.
You said, don't worry. And so I came here and sat because I would have taken
Yeah.
that time to go get something for you.
Yeah, you tried to
eat.
come in while the Veterans Air was on.
No, I didn't. I just
Yeah,
came.
no, you literally did the U-turn look. You walked in like autopilot, reached in, you're like, whoop, and then you just turned around like, there she goes.
Because I saw Santa Claus. I saw Santa Claus at the table. So
Yeah.
if you guys miss Veterans, is it Veterans Air?
yeah.
Yeah.
Santa was in.
He interviewed Santa Claus.
And what's weird is he had a former VFW chaplain,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm so nervous to talk. I'm like, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Really?
Yeah, he was a really nice guy, and he's just
Yeah.
really nervous to be on. He's like, the first time I've ever done anything like this.
Oh,
So
I try and
I
tell
felt
people.
bad. I was like, man, I figured.
I don't want people to be nervous. That's why I try and relate some of my stories that you think, oh, you're taking up time for them talking. Because some of them seem like they're really anxious and nervous.
Yeah.
And so you want them to be comfortable. And
Well, that's why I explain to people why I'm an idiot, because it's okay for them to be an idiot too.
yeah, that's it. So I try and dumb down my my conversation and my reactions to things so that they feel better.
Oh yeah. And when you get home, you're like, let me put on this Fox News and educate myself to a higher place, so I can return to my throne.
I'll tell you what. I walked in and I did not come up and act. I walked in and I couldn't believe it. It was like it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas all over Conroe City Hall.
I need to get
I'm
some stuff for the
telling you.
studio. I'm just trying to. I gotta look in the decoration box.
I could bring you. I've got a whole
Bring it.
village. I've never been able to do a village, and
We'll put it
I
on the
made a whole
table.
village. It would take up.
Oh God, you're one of those people.
And it has
There's crap
trains, and it has trains, and it has, and they are so cute. I love them. And Samuel told me today, he says, "Grandma, this isn't this doesn't look good. It's just too much stuff. Let me rearrange this, okay? If you let me rearrange it. And I don't think it looks good here. And I'm like, they give me the hardest time when I say, okay, look what I've got. This is so exciting. And they go, no, Grandma, that's not going to work. It's just not going to work. I said, so what? I mean, it's just going to be our intimate family. We're not having, a tour come through. I just want to do that. Because it makes me happy to see all those little characters. And
there's little
really
baby Jesus.
Cute. And
little baby Jesus. There's the camel.
No, I would have had a camel in the front yard, but I do have the the manger scene, and then I have a huge angel.
Do you have the screaming baby?
No. You know what? I could record something and just that would be so
like
cool.
the screams of birth.
Well, maybe not that.
Right? No, everyone always. I never understood that. You're looking at the nativity scene. You're like, didn't she just give birth? Wouldn't there be like screaming and just chaos?
Probably with all the animals watching.
Because she gave birth in the manger.
Yes.
She's in the building giving birth. And
not in the building, outside. She's outside in the
hay and just
stall,
pushing this baby out.
Right.
So it's like there's no chaos.
They just had to have
that's when I realized this is fake.
They had to have a midwife. Joseph wasn't going to deliver the baby. They probably found a midwife to come in there and help her do that. But
wouldn't that be wild just walking by that? I'd be like, why is this lady giving birth out? What's going on?
And
here?
that scream didn't sound like the donkey that was in there. That was a different scream.
And, when they're trying to hide.
But
let's hide and give birth outside this manger. Yeah.
But having a baby cry in that, because I could put that in behind the manger. They had at the manger in this.
And it has to be a little cute cry too. It can't be like the annoying airplane baby cry where you're like, kill the baby, get this baby out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Because actually, when the wise men got to him, when they came from, Herod had said, he would have probably been about 2 years old. He wouldn't be a baby in the manger.
Who knows? The word rapture doesn't appear in the Bible, so
no. I mean, because
who knows?
History has studied like when the shepherds would have been out on the field with the.
Well, I also read that one of the wise men was gender fluid.
Did they use the right pronoun for her?
I don't know. I'm just
That's your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's all going to be gone.
No, it's not.
No, the boys are not.
I hope it comes like a tidal wave back.
No, the boys cannot play in girls' sports. Did you see that she was on the volleyball team, and he jumped up and spiked the ball.
Cool.
It was so hard. I mean, if that had hit somebody,
awesome. I would be.
They've already done that once.
I'd be betting money right there. I'd be like, "Where's Las Vegas odds? Let's see. Let's start doing it."
Have we got a trans there anywhere? Yeah. Okay, I'll bet that trans. See, they just should have their own league. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, you have your own league.
They should do whatever they want. At the current administration time, they should vote on it and let them play.
It's just not fair.
If they vote on it, they vote on it. If they don't, they can do it every year. They can make it their minds up every year.
It's not right. It's just not right.
I like it. I think it's great.
But I think it's going to be interesting. All these mayors, the mayor in Chicago has stood up and said, Trump's not coming in here. We're not doing anything to help him and all that stuff. And then the city council meets and he's there, and all these people come in and go like, you put more money into those illegal aliens than we need the help. We need the help, and you're giving money to them. We're not going to do that anymore. And you're telling Trump you're not going to help him. We're going to help. We'll help him. It's hilarious.
People are pretty wild these days.
They're
about
very
it.
upset.
I like it. Like, I'm going to Austin next week, and I have so many good jokes. I've been working on them.
You have so many what?
Good jokes.
Oh, I bet.
Because I haven't hung out with a lot of them, and I've seen some. That's why I love social media, because you can kind of like keep up with everybody.
Are they
And
liberal? Are they?
I would say very big. Like when I say liberal, I mean like they're definitely Democratic voters. Mm-hmm. Now their their philosophies or whatever, I think it's kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
But it's just because that's one thing I love about Donald Trump is his existence is an automatic stir in the pot.
Yes.
Like it's just
yes.
no matter what, even if you're positive for him, it's just starts stirring the pot.
I love it.
And
Yeah,
it's something
I
that's
like that.
it's very enjoyable, and you can make some good jokes. There's some good jokes there.
Good. I'm so glad you're good. You feel empowered now, don't you? Don't you? You feel better about things, right?
Well, it's just low hanging fruit, and those are always like it's good to get some exercise in the brain. You know, like sometimes you get writer's block. You're like, I don't really know what to say. I don't know what's funny. I don't know. But now it's just kind of a free for all.
Well, AI is taking care of that if you get writer's block.
No, I don't like that.
Nobody can do that anymore.
Doesn't make me feel good when I have when a joke really lands.
And you know
And
that
it
it
feels
was
really good.
what didn't come straight from your brain.
It kind of like that 6 foot under joke earlier in the show. I really enjoyed that. Like that was funny. So
Well, that's you.
you like you being on the road driving, not being scary. That's really funny.
You. I'm
People should be afraid every day.
good. No, I'm a good.
I know you
driver.
are. I know you are, Cindy.
Except Cindy, when I take Cindy to school, it's like dark, and we're going to take her to high school, and she goes, "Okay, I'm putting my buds in," So she's listening to music, and I've got Fox News on, and she'll say, and she'll grab my arm, like, "Grandma, watch, slow down, and I go like, "Close your eyes while you're listening to the tunes," but I love driving early in the morning. There's and when we leave about 6:15, and there's not a lot of traffic.
Oh yeah.
But if you go 5 minutes later,
Oh yeah. That's the way it goes.
that's ridiculous. The traffic on Rayford.
That's why at the studio I always had when I lived in when I first started the studio, I lived in downtown Houston. So for 8 months I lived there.
lived in downtown Houston.
Yeah,
or
downtown
Conroe?
Houston.
We started.
This, yeah. And then so what I did was I had a blow up mattress that the family had, and I just took it. And I just slept up. I would come up here and sleep on certain days I knew they were gonna be long.
Yeah.
I would sleep on the floor or on the mattress.
Are you talking about the one on Maine? Or
Yeah, on the one on
here?
Maine.
Okay, on Maine.
Here I just sleep on the cot.
Yeah.
If I'm just tired, I can take a little nap.
You've got a cot in here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good for you. Okay. So you're okay. And if you need to go get something to eat, you can go get something
I got
to
beer
eat.
in the fridge.
You've
We're
got a
good.
fridge?
We got beer in the fridge. We're good.
And you have
Shout out to Southern Star. Thanks for bringing me beer.
who?
Southern Star Brewery.
They bring you beer?
Yeah.
Shame on them. You don't want to be drinking while you're trying to talk, do you? You'd be slurring your words.
It's a
and
social
you'd be-
lubrication.
Social lubrication.
Yeah.
Never heard that
Yeah.
phrase before. Well, I think
We got a couple minutes, so I want to let the audience know you'll be here Thursday.
well, tomorrow we
Tomorrow's
have
Wednesday.
fishing with Joey. The book. Isn't he he's not tomorrow?
No, I never set him up.
You didn't?
No.
You sent me a thing and I read the whole book thing.
Yeah, Cindy.
Wait.
Don't worry about it. We'll go talk about it off the air.
Okay, so what's tomorrow?
Nobody.
Nobody's tomorrow?
No. You get that. You might have a guest on Thursday. I have to confirm a phone call. They're doing it by phone because they're traveling.
Okay.
So you'll be here no matter what.
Okay, yeah, Thursday for sure. I'll be here. Now, so Wednesday I'm not going to be here. Hey guys, I'm not going to be here Wednesday. I hope y'all have a good day. And we want to thank all of our first responders because we love you so much and we do appreciate you and honor you and know that you're the bravest of the brave. So thank you for keeping us safe. And Chris Wootton Financial Group, I said it right. Financial Group. We thank you for your sponsorship, and we appreciate you. And y'all, you can need to call Chris. Just say, hey, come talk to Chris and make an appointment. And there's no charge for that appointment. Got to find out if you like what he has to say and what his models would be for investing your money and all. It's very cool. I'm learning so much. No, I'm not. I just learn how stupid I am when I go over there and talk to them. They know so much more than I do. Anyway, Richard, thank you for being here, and I'll miss you tomorrow. And
I'll miss you too.
And I'll try and bring food Thursday.
You can do whatever you want, Cindy. Just try and enjoy yourself.
Oh, okay. I will. I just want to get under the cover. It was so cold this morning. Oh my word. Okay. So anyway, all right. You guys be good and call somebody you love.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran's show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.